Okay, good. As you see, there are still people joining, but we will continue in the interest of time. So welcome to everyone. These knowledge sharing webinars that we are conducting, this is the 6th one of the ones that we have been conducting. And the ones we have conducted so far, whatever you are seeing on the screen, we have them all conducted and they have been recorded, and the recording links are also there in the presentation. So today is one of the hottest topic. The 6th webinar is on real estate market. The purpose of this knowledge sharing webinars, it is our endeavor, when I say our endeavor, TACA's endeavor, to educate our community on various important aspects of life during these uncertain and unprecedented times we are all going through. So nothing commercial about these webinars. They're primarily for knowledge sharing. As you can see, and as you have heard in the past, it's all knowledge sharing, nothing commercial. We have also organized various other events also, apart from knowledge sharing. So the knowledge sharing sessions, you attended mortgages, financial advice, legal counsel, medical counsel, and insurance. This one is on real estate. The next pandemic before what we are going through. So these are extraordinary, right? The lockdown by the government may have been relaxed. The government has probably relaxed the lockdown, right? For various reasons. But Corona has not really relaxed. So be very cautious in spite of the lockdown being relaxed. Prevention is better than cure is what the adage our elders used to say. Kindly follow that. That's just a suggestion and advice to you. Okay, now coming to Manoj. He's the star in real estate arena too. His analytical and methodical approach to the business, knowledge also in real estate area combined with the customer satisfaction are all the reasons for his rise. He's a professional consultant and he started off this real estate out of interest and now he's excelling in that arena. He's experienced, he works for Remax and he's one of the top producers for the Remax empire. Any questions you have, feel free, put them in the chat box that you have, put all your questions there. All of the questions will be answered. Basha Garu will be helping me with the questions later because I will be staying only till 11:45. I have a hard stop. Okay. And all of you, please mute your lines so that there is no disturbance. Don't ask any questions in between. You will disturb the train of thought of the speakers. Put them in the chat. So having said that, without any further ado, I will pass it on to Manoj, who is our first speaker, followed by Venkat. Questions will be in the end. Over to you, Manoj.
Thanks, Nag, for the beautiful words. First of all, I would like to say thanks for two reasons. One is for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much, Taka. And second most important thing is they have been doing really amazing stuff. We all know that it is a non-profit organization. They have been conducting these sessions. Really appreciated. Thanks for that. So. Nag has already given my introduction. Thank you for that. So let me start from here. So a lot of people have questions. What's going on current real estate market especially after pandemic has been started? Uh, Most of the buyers they call me, and investors they call me, and they say that hey, what's going on? Is it right? The prices are going down. CMHC says price is going down. RBC says that the prices will stable. Scotiabank says that the prices will go up. TD Bank says that the price goes down. There is a lot of confusion. So there are a lot of articles coming out. They are talking about their own strategy, their own statistics. But let us see what is going in the exactly in the market from this quarter to the last quarter. So I collected statistics from the Toronto Real Estate Board. So what I'm going to show in this coming next 4 slides, I'm going to show how many new listings are coming, what is the average list price, what is the average sold price, what is the average days on the market, especially after the lockdown has been announced. If you see here, one second. So total GTA new listings. The lockdown has been, the state of emergency has been declared at the I think 20th of March. So if you look at here, March 9th, week of March 9th, week of March 16th, week of March 23rd, average listings that were 2,500. So just before state of emergency. Now, as soon as the lockdown has been introduced, the we see the steep decline. The number of listings are steep declining, and it is U curve shape. And here we see the very steep in the listings. The listings are very less, but slowly people are getting confidence. The listings are going up again now. So this talks about new listings. Now let us see GTA list price. Okay, just before the COVID has been the emergency has been declared, the average selling price is 1.2 million. Okay, and then now if you see the average list price is 1.3 million. So you might ask me a question: how come average list price is 1.3 million? It all depends on supply and demand. I'm going to talk about supply and demand in coming slides. Here, what happening is because of this COVID, so very less listings and more buyers. So it's the supply and demand matters. So because of that, if you see this, most of the listings, they have been listed aggressively. Okay, so now let us see average GTA sales price. Before COVID, we have average list price is 1.1 million. Sorry, average sale price is 1.1 million. So now I can see that the average sale price is decreased a little bit, but it is not too much of if you compare with the pre-COVID. The average list price is now 1 million. If you look at the average days on the market, just before the COVID has been declared, the state of emergency has been declared. If you look at first 3 weeks, March 9th week, March 16th, you see average, the properties are being listed on the market for 15 days. Okay, but now it is 24 days. It is not too bad. 10 days in the 10 days, keeping the property 10 more days in the market is not too bad. So average the properties are being sold in 24 days. Okay, so now this is a one of the interesting point where this is the most statistics. So this is a market beat. We always have to, I'm just to give you a snapshot what is going in the current 2020 May versus 2019 May. So if you look at the number of sales are dropped down by 53%, which is huge. But some people call me and say that, oh, you know what, real estate market is going down. Is it right? But sales and sales are different than a price. Price is not going down. I'm talking about the number of transactions, number of sales. So in 2020 May, we were doing just 4,600 transactions versus 2019, we were doing 9,900 transactions. So there is a decline. It's a huge decline. It's a 53.7%. But if you see the price is, for semi-detached, 4.8% is up. Townhouses are 3.1% is up, and the condos are 6%. Interestingly, the detached houses are dropped by 1% almost. Okay, so let me go to next slide. So until now, we just discussed what is going in this quarter. Okay, now let us see what is the new, what is the changes we see in the current real estate. What is unusual. I'm not talking about the usual. I'm talking about unusual. So first of all, if you are an active buyer, if you are in the market, if you are trying to, if you are going for a houses, first thing you have to do is COVID disclosure form. So we have it's called as a COVID health check disclosure form. So before you visit any property, so you have to, your realtor will provide that form. You have to provide, it has some questions. For example, I have not been out of the country from last 6 months. I don't have any flu, cold, fever, etc., etc. And you have to sign on that. You have to provide your disclosure. So you have to make sure, guys, because in the disclosure, you are also providing your consent that during your visit, you are providing your consent that during your visit, you must wear your gloves and mask. Okay. So most of the houses, they are putting portable cameras. In the disclosure, if you say that, okay, I'm wearing my gloves and the mask during visit, and if you don't do that, because a lot of portable cameras, they see whether you wear the gloves or not. And then if you don't follow the safety precautions, and they might sue you. So your realtor will definitely advise you on that. So along with the buyers, as a realtors, we should also sign on those disclosure forms. We should make sure we should wear gloves as well as the mask. Okay. Now let's talk about the interesting class, COVID classes. So most of you guys know about house inspection class or financing class. So you are more familiar with those classes. So for example, when you put an offer with a financing class or house inspection class, if your financing is not going through, you can walk away from your deal, or you are not satisfied with the house. If you're not satisfied with your house inspection, you can still walk away from the deal. Similarly, what if you lose a job before you, let's say you, so now let's say, what if you lose a job? Let's say you purchased a house, and now everything is going okay. Your financing went through. Your house inspection is very well. And now, what if you lose a job just before 1 week? Okay, so we have a similar classes, like we have a COVID classes. One of the class is it will protect you if you lose a job just before your closing date. But that being said, if you are a seller, do you accept any offer if you have that clause? So technically, most of the sellers, they don't accept those offers if you have those COVID clause. Okay, but this COVID clause might work out of GTA. It may not work in GTA, but it might work out of GTA. Okay, and even in GTA, we have some generous sellers. They see your financing approval, bank approval letter, and they will see your house inspection. If everything is okay, they will agree with that. Okay, but most of the sellers, they're not agreeing with COVID clauses. But this is just for your information. Okay, now let us see what is the economic cycle we have. What are the crises we have seen? Crises are, maybe COVID is a new for us, but the crises are not new for us. We had four major crises we have from 1980. So from 1980 to 1982, I think some of us may not born by the time. So, but 1980, 1982, we have an oil crisis. Okay, and 1990, 1992, we have a political crisis in US that eventually showed impact all over the world. And we have a 2000, in the year of 2003, we have a SARS. And the very most famous crisis is financial crisis during 2008, 2009. Now we have a COVID. So if you look at, unfortunately, before all this crisis, unemployment rate is very low. So even if you look at 2008, 2009, the unemployment rate is very less. Similarly, in 2020, it's a record unemployment in our Ontario. We are below 6%, which is too good. This is the economic cycle. Just again, I agree with you. We are losing some jobs. It might spike up. I'm going to talk in few slides. Now from here, I'm going to talk about 2020 market outlook. The reason why I just want to provide this 2020 market outlook, for example, I have a lot of buyers, a lot of investors, they call me, hey Manoj, show me a house which is very good deal. You know, if similarly, for example, if the houses are being sold for 1 million in Mississauga, they want a nice deal for $700,000. Okay, some people call me, they say that, oh, you know what, I buy two houses if I get the very good deals in the COVID. Okay, some people say that, some people ask me, Manoj, is it right time to buy or is it right time to invest? So I don't say yes or no. What I do is I'm going to show statistics. Okay, and then at the end, in the conclusion, we will decide whether we are going to buy or not, or whether we are going to invest or not. Okay, so now the number one I'm going to talk here is the historic housing market. So guys, you know, every 10 years in Toronto, in GTA, the prices are almost doubling up. For example, if you buy a house in 2010, if you look at here 2010, the average house is 500,000. I'm talking about here, we have a legend. The first line talks about the detached houses, and the second line talks about freehold townhouses. And if you look at any, you take detached or semi-detached, every 10 years, almost the prices are almost doubling up. If you buy in 2009 or 2010, let's take the 2010, average detached house is 480. Now you see average detached house is almost $1 million. Okay. Now you say, Manoj, where did you take these statistics? How can we believe it? So I took this from listing.ca trend. I will show you quickly. So all you need to do is just go to the Google, okay, and then just to type Toronto historic real estate. You don't do anything, just to type Toronto historic real estate. And if you scroll down, we have listing.ca. Click on this, and you see it shows it's actually very nice tool where you can see all the prices. As soon as you move your cursor, you will see the price is being changed here in this corner. For example, I just want to know what is the average price in 2011. It shows right side corner, it shows the price. For example, this is a very good tool. The reason why, for example, I want to know in Mississauga, I don't want to take Toronto GTA, I want to take Mississauga. So sorry, let me take Mississauga here. So if you take the Mississauga, and if you go to price history here, and you see what is going in the Mississauga. In Mississauga, for example, in 2010, the average detached house is 525,000. Okay, and now you see how much we have. Okay, prices are almost doubling up. This is a very good tool in offices, wherever you are in your mobile, you just play with it. Again, in Mississauga, I want to see what is going on here in Mills. Select this checkbox. All you have to do is select the community and go to price history. You see what is going in the price history. This is one of the very good tools. You can just do your R&D before you purchase any house. Okay. So now let me go to the slides back. Okay. So now even one more thing I just want to talk here. In 2008, 2009, we have a financial crisis. Am I right? Even the financial crisis, if you look at the graph, the prices went down like $20,000, $30,000, but immediately within 5-6 months, we bounced back. That's what I was trying to say here. Number one, the prices are almost doubling up. During the financial crisis, we were even doing much better. I mean, we have a small jerk in 2008, 2009, but we immediately bounced back. And the next thing I want to talk here is immigration. If you look at the immigration, Canada is targeting to take 1 million immigrants from 2018 to 2021. So 2018, Canada accepted 300,000 immigrants, 2019, 330 immigrants. And if you look at 2020, we have 340,000 immigrants. You may be wondering, I'm not sure if you get any automated emails from Express Entry. I see every week they are providing the invitations. Even during the COVID, they are still providing the invitations to the new immigrants. That means that they are very serious to take the immigrants. Okay. So one more interesting thing is, out of this 1 million, 44% of immigrants are in 2019, as per the statistics, out of 300,000 immigrants, 44% are trying to stay in Toronto. That is very interesting. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about the students. Not only if you look at here, every year we are getting 300,000 immigrants, but if you look at the students here, it is really spiking up. So they were taking 2014, 2015, they were allowing 300,000 students, but now it is rose up by another 200,000. So totally we have almost 500,000 students are coming every year. And interestingly, 60% of the students are settling down as a permanent residents. If you sum up these permanent residents and the students every year on an average, so we are having permanent residents as 500,000. That is a huge for our real estate, to boost our real estate. So you might be wondering why Canada is taking these students, why Canada is allowing immigrants. Its only reason is to make the Canada wealth. So a lot of old age people are retiring, so they want to make the revenue. So to make the Canada wealthier, that's only the reason, to make the Canada stronger. So I'm just going to the next slide, where by 2046, as per Ministry of Finance, I took the source from the Ministry of Finance. They are actually estimating 10.2 million people. So we are almost tripled by 2046, in another 20 years, only in Toronto. Sorry, in GTA Toronto. Another interesting fact is we have outplaced Washington in 2018. As per 2018 statistics, Seattle, San Francisco, and Washington were number 1, 2, 3 in IT, information technology. In 2019, we were outplaced Washington. We are number 3 in IT. So in 2018, we were having 80,000 jobs. In 2019, we were having 228,000 jobs. That is a 54% growth. Okay, so we are number 3. So we are number 1 in North America for companies. A lot of IT companies, most of you working in IT companies, every IT company is Toronto is no more like onset. It is offshore. They are building offshore. So all the companies are established their companies here in Toronto or in Vancouver. And the next interesting thing is supply and demand. I'm going to talk about this slide later. We know, yes, more immigrants are coming, less supply. So because we have a threshold, we have a green belt. They don't easily open the green belt. We have to, cope up our new construction within the area where we had already approved. So that is one of the challenge. And immigrants are coming, and the construction cost is huge. That's the reason why supply is less and the demand is more. And we have a shadow demand too. Shadow demand. When I talk about shadow demand, millennials, as per 2019, we were having 500,000 millennials studying right now in the universities, and estimated is 700,000 millennials. Okay, in this decade, all these millennials, they will come out. It's not like India to just stay with the daddy and mom. They will just come out. They will start their dating, whatever. So, and then eventually they end up buying some condo apartment. They mostly start with the condo apartment, and then they will eventually end up in houses. Okay, and if you look at the baby boomers are, old age people. The tradition was they were working here in Toronto. As soon as they retired, they used to go out of the GTA. They go to the small town houses. But the tradition has changed now. Number one, tradition has been changed. Number one reason is rising home ownership. Even if you go to the small towns, small detached houses is costing them 600,000, 500,000 because construction cost is high now nowadays. That's the number one. Number two, they have a lot of health issues. Earlier, the older people are stronger, but nowadays we are, the food habits, whatever habits we have, a lot of people need some hospital. So we have a great hospitals here. If they get some heart stroke or something, they can easily go to Toronto General Hospital. That is the reason why these baby boomers, they're not going out of the town. They're not selling their houses. They want to stay in their own house. Eventually, these are the people going for the vacation every 2 years. Am I right? So what they are doing is they are refinancing. Even though they are mortgage free, they are refinancing it. They are enjoying it. They want to die in their own house. Once they die, bank will take over. That is their strategy, as per the survey. And another shadow demand is international politics. If you look at the China and Hong Kong, you know what is going on. China, a lot of entrepreneurs in Hong Kong, they are looking forward to North America. And again, in North America, one of the easiest country to settle down is Canada. Am I right? So a lot of these people are coming with a huge money they are investing in the construction. As our guys mostly our Indians work in IT, and most of the Chinese, they are even constructing entire condo. So they are bringing the money from the Hong Kong, China, and they are investing a lot here in the construction areas. Okay. Now, by saying this, in 2018, the unemployment growth increased by 1.8%. And in 2019, it's a record low 5.5% unemployment. Okay. As per 2018 survey, so we need 700,000 office jobs by 2023. Okay. So you might be wondering. So another very, very strange statistics is, you may or may not aware, we have a 2.5 million workforce in our Toronto GTA. So this 700,000 is nothing when you compare with a 2.5 million workforce. Okay. So, and again, so each department, we have different percentage of the jobs in different areas. So I'm just going to the next slide. And a lot of clients, they even call me. Some of my clients, they did MBA. They know very well about GDP. They talk with me, they argue with me. Hey, Manoj, in fact, I got this slide from them, one of the business analysts who works for BMO. So they said that 2 months back, they said, oh, GDP is going down. Our dollar value is going down. Real estate goes down. And then 1 month later, they said that, oh, you know what? So Conference Board of Canada, BMO, they say that by 2021, the GDP is bouncing back. You already heard that, Canada is working on to, bump up the taxes. So soon you will hear that taxes are rising up because they did a lot of things. They did really amazing things when we were having tough time. They really did good job, but they want to recover the GDP. They want to make the country healthier and wealthier. And as per Toronto Q3 2019, if you want to afford a detached houses, you need to spend 59% of your income. Whereas condo market, you need to spend 36% of your income to afford this condo. But again, the statistics are changes. Sometimes condo could be 1.5 million. Sometimes condo is 200,000. Sometimes a detached house could be 3 million, or it could be 500,000. So it depends based on all the statistics. But we took the statistics based on GTA Q3 2019. So these are the statistics. You need to spend 59% to own detached houses, whereas 36% for the condo. And now this is another interesting thing here. I just want to cover where if you look at this market 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, last 5 years. So we know what is going on 2015, 16, 17. Everyone is running. Everyone is going for the builders. Everyone is running roam around the realtors. Realtors are busy. Banks are busy. Mortgage brokers are busy. What is the reason? During that time, we have conservative party, not many immigrants. We were just having 180,000 immigrants during that time. But what is the point? What cost for the pricing up? Because if you look the history, 2015, 2016 has a record low interest rate. Before that, a lot of people are renting. Rentals are very cheap, and then people were thinking, hey, you know what? Interest rates are very less. I want to go and buy the house. Everyone just jumped into the market, so the market went up. So from 2015 to 2016, we see 20% up. Am I right? So we had a benchmark in 2017 where average prices in GTA is 800,087. So now they introduced, Canada want to control the market. They don't want to see the real estate crashing. And then they put some fair market rules where they introduced taxes on equity. They banned the foreign buyers, and they also introduced some other conditions. So that eventually impacted our real estate. In 2018, the prices just went down by 40, 50,000, not many.
Manoj, sorry to bother you. Time check. Past 25 minutes, 2 more minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah. So now, if you look at that, in 2020 February, we are touching our benchmark. Okay. So and again, we have a strong rental market. So this is a condo rental market. 1 bedroom, the rentals increased 4.5%, and a 2 bedroom is 4.2%, and 3 bedroom is 13.5%. Okay. I'm just going into the next slide. As I said, a lot of companies treating Toronto, Vancouver as offshores, so that eventually lead to we have a tightest office market in North America. It's just, if you take 100 commercial units, only 2 units are vacant. And if you go to Calgary, almost 20% is vacant. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to rental deficit. Only in Toronto, we still need 9,100 rental unit to balance the demand. So that is the reason why, if you look at the Toronto, for each person, we have a 0.7 house, not even a single house for a family. So we have less than that. So we still need 9,100 units. Okay. And I just want to talk about mortgage interest rates. Again, now during this pandemic, it's a record low interest rates. People are getting 1.8, 1.9, 2.2. If you go to big six are providing, big six banks are providing 2.4. It's a record low interest rates. And again, CMHC has been introduced a few rules yesterday. Just to make it very simple, the CMHC rule, which was introduced yesterday, is not applicable if you are paying 20% down. If you are paying less than 20% down, these rules are applied. What does it mean is, it's in simple rule, the potential buyer is losing 15% of buying capacity. Okay. So we will talk that offline a lot. I'm going to next slide. So a lot of people even argue with me. Some of my successful clients, some of my friends, they always talk about this deferrals, especially the emergency has been declared. A lot of people call me, hey, some people say mortgage deferrals are not a good option. Some people say bad option. Okay. But I would say it's a good option if you are an investor. And if you do not have any other problems, if you can pay your mortgage, you go ahead with that. So it's a simple formula. I put it here. Let's see, for example, if you you already bought a house for $500,000, you did the 20% down, your remaining mortgage amount is $400,000. Okay. Now let's say If you put it for 25 years amortization, your monthly payment is 1,700. Am I right? Let's say in that 1,700, we have an interest portion is $1,000. After 6 months of deferral, your interest only is a $6,000. You are adding this $6,000 to the bank will add this $6,000 to your revised mortgage amount. Now your monthly payment is 1,800. So the only difference is $27, but you are saving almost $10,000. $10,000 are in your hand because you are paying almost 1,700 per month. As an investor, you need to have a cash flow. Cash flow is very king in during these tough times. So you better do the deferrals if you are an investor. If you don't have any problem, if you have a strong employment, you just keep going as you are doing now. And next, investment opportunities. A lot of people ask me, hey, show me house 200,000 less than what was the price before in February. It's not. It's a Toronto real estate market. It is not like a Thunder Bay market. It's not like a Niagara market. It is GTA market. So you cannot really underestimate the GTA market. So one of the investment property is power of sales is very good option. You talk to your realtor. We have a very good approaches to find the power of sale deals. Power of sale deals are sometimes good. We also have the drawbacks for it. Some power of sales comes into the offline. Some power of sales comes into the MLS. Okay, and we have a rundown houses. Yes, most of the people, investors, what they do, they actually start buying these houses when the market is peak. When the market is peak, all the units are selling very quickly, and then they focus on the rundown houses. But I suggest vice versa. You go for rundown houses when the market is bad, because rundown houses further available for cheap. I mean, I'm anticipating that if you have a amount, if you can rebuild the house, rundown houses is very good option. Okay, some of our Telugu people are doing that, and they are really doing amazing. Next thing is vacation properties. Because of this, Airbnb got a very big hit. They are not doing great. You can find the cottages for $300,000-$400,000, where you can seasonally rent it. Maybe you might be paying from your pocket maybe $500-$600 per every month, but a long term it is good. And the syndicate buying. Some of my investors, 3-4 guys, they as a combination together, they join together, they invest in the real estate. They are really successful. So you can also do that. As a sum up, I just want to I want to go fast. I have another 2-3 minutes. So in summary, what I would say is, what happened in 2017 when the fair market rules has been introduced? What happened in 2008, 2009 recession? So market eventually, yes, we are in crisis. Market will go down. I'm not saying market will go up. Market will go down, but market will go down like 200,000 less or 100,000 less. It might go down 50,000 or 40,000, or if the property is too bad, maybe 100,000 in few rare cases. Okay, but again, if you ask me whether the prices are going down or not, whether you want to buy or not, where you are locating, which kind of property you want to buy. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, you see, by looking at all the immigrants, shadow markets, everything. I would say, in conclusion, the price will remain same for next 2 years. The only good sign that I see, maybe we may not, the prices may not be increased in next 1.5 year. You have a room for next 1.5 year. It is a very good time to buy it. So a lot of people ask me, market is bad, I don't buy it. You have to buy when the market is bad. If the market is good, you need to spend more money. As simple as that. So, and last thing, I always say this to a lot of my clients, in Toronto GTA real estate market, you will never go bad. You will never go bad. You may or you may not make the money, but you will never go bad. And again, real estate as a long term is a good investment. You look for 5 years. The thumb rule is, if you buy the property, don't even think of selling for at least 5 years. Okay. I have more to speak, but I have a limited time given. I just want to end here. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or on my number 24/7. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, I can answer.